Hey, what's up, world? It's Sencheezy here. Here to talk about car audio, right? Particularly, we're gonna go ahead and talk about lithium batteries, and AGM batteries, and sorry, more specifically, actually, the topic of discussion is high voltage. Okay. As you guys know, I started with high voltage a few years back. I had 18 excess power D3400s. I have them all wired in series, okay? So that means I took each positive to each negative, and I did that continuously until I reached the final voltage. At that time, fully charged would be 240 volts. 18 D3400 wired in series, fully topped off, was 240 volts, and I had it hooked up to an Explorer. I had that 3 rows of 6, 12, 18 stacked up top of each other, and I had 1 amp. Then I had 2 amps. The 2 amps when I had my best score, and that was with like a 65% charge bank, which was 164.6. That was outlaw, meaning the microphone was in the passenger kick, driver's side door open. Okay, that's what that was doing. That truck had so many weight problems that it ended up stopping me, preventing me from going to shows. Initially, when I had Valerie with the wall, Mike Smiley built it, already had 10 batteries in it, 10 Group 31s. And I was able to drive to all the shows back there, you know, Florida, North Carolina, places like that, you know, within 6 hours, 8 hours, no problem. But when I went up to the 18 batteries, even though they were smaller size, they were still, so many of them, they were heavy. So that just kept killing my transmission, especially when I was driving through mountains, like to go to Florida or North Carolina. I would always just kill my transmission right at Chattanooga, Knoxville mountains. So I stopped. I couldn't go to shows anymore. It literally broke me to the bank. I couldn't afford it to go anymore. So that's why I stopped going to shows. So that's the cost behind running this stuff. But anyways, I loved it, man. I could demo for hours and hours and hours on a single charge. A single charge probably just lasted about 6 hours with a little small charger hooked up to a 220 outlet in the house. It could be your dryer, your AC unit, etc. And yeah, charge all 18 batteries at one time to that voltage, and it would last days. It would last days, okay? Because they were 65 amp hour. Now, what I recently went to last year was some new shit, which is 350 volt high voltage. Okay, so I stepped up from 240 to 350, but my amp hour went down to 6 amp hour. Now this battery is very tiny, but it was able to burp 20,000 watts at 60 pounds, 6 amp hour, 20,000 watts. Okay, it's a little special package right here. I'll show you guys. This is made by Michigan Solar Energy. Kevin Ross hooked me up with it. Of course, I have the high voltage 160K. I have a couple 60Ks hidden around the garage, whatever. But yeah, that's what I was running. And again, nothing's wrong with it. You know, I have the Excursion. I'll show you guys right here. You know what I mean? I had 615s with that 160-pound battery. I was doing 157s, probably 158, I believe, with a little bit more testing in the Outlaw. So the Explorer did 164.6. The Excursion officially, unofficially, was doing 157, and that was, yeah, officially, yeah, I got that 157 officially, I believe, at a show. And yeah, and again, the only reason I stopped using it is because I couldn't afford the maintenance on the truck. I got a lot of stuff to pay for, and I do apologize for expressing that, but it's reality, you know what I mean? I will be back, so stay tuned. Again, I was using the same charger for the 18 batteries as that one battery. They both probably put out the same amount of power, to be honest, but the 18 batteries, I could do days. This battery, I could do 10 songs only because it was 6 amp hour, you know what I mean? There, you can't have best of everything. So if the plan was, though, those probably cost about $3 grand, 3,500. I'm not sure the final cost would be, but the plan was to add those in parallel and bank, so I'll have like 6 of those, you know what I mean? And then it would be like a lot of power, you know what I mean, for the weight. So that's the reality, that's the benefit of it. If there is safety precautions you gotta take, it is high voltage. So, but anyways, let me know if you guys had any questions. I just want to clear that up. I know there's a lot of talk about it recently, a lot of pros, a lot of cons. Do your research, ask, reach out to me, let me know if you have any questions. Sencheezy, check me out on YouTube, follow, like, subscribe. Thank you, have a good day, peace.